Okay. I'm gonna leave you for 1 second with that.
Okay.
Chewie, back to you.
Yes, sir.
You've crossed the road. You're in on the other woods. You can now see, like, they're just a few yards in front of you. Not running at all. Is a big, hulking, green-skinned motherfucker orc. You know what they look like. And just trudging along through the woods. And the source of the screaming is a dainty, gussied up handmaiden of some sort, being dragged through the woods by an ankle. He hasn't noticed you. Mostly because of the screaming.
Mostly because of the screaming. Okay.
That's how Chewie gets all of his girlfriends.
Thanks, buddy. For the meantime, I will follow them at a distance to where they don't recognize me, but that I can keep an eye on them.
Okay. So you are still dragging a woman, by the way, through the woods, screaming.
Listen, I haven't decided who's in trouble here. She's screaming pretty loudly. I don't know, maybe she cheated on him or something.
It's her sonic attack. Alright. Okay,
Doom.
well, fine. They're not moving at a particularly astoundingly fast pace. He's just lumbering through, so you're going to have to stop sprinting.
Are they heading towards the other noises that I heard?
No, away from it. Decidedly away from it. Deeper into the forest.
Alright, we'll go ahead and send the owl to use his pester nonsense on the orc then.
Okay, so you point at the green mountain of a man and you yell pester or whatever.
Whoa! Whisper. I don't want him
Whisper.
to see me yet.
You say in your soft, gentle...
It'll be Chewie being dragged off by an ankle into the fucking...
We'll let Lilith, the horned owl,
let's not
go
be so
in first.
hasty here. We don't know the whole story. What?
Right?
Jesus Christ. Okay. Fine. So, with a bit of a hoot, silently through the air goes...
Lilith, the horned owl.
Yeah, who's it called?
Lilith, the
Lilith.
horn. That's great. That's really good.
Alright, Lilith.
Lilith the horn.
Lilith goes silently through, crossing the distance between you and the orc, and starts hooting and clawing at his ears and whatnot. And he lets go. He doesn't initially, but he does let go of the ankle. And now he's batting wildly over his head, swinging a flail and trying to hit this poor owl.
Is this dumb lady that has been dragged along leaving the... Like,
She's
running away from
paralyzed
the
with
orc?
fear. She is just... If
She's
she
one
had
of
the
those.
If she had the energy and the nerve, all she would do is scream more.
Okay, I will, I guess, go in towards the orc to save my owl.
Wait. Redirect the owl toward this woman.
To pester her?
That's for the woman.
She's afraid enough of the orc. She doesn't need to have an owl.
Let's give her a good bird scare while we're at it.
Nothing like being afraid of owls for the rest of your life.
Ooh, stop it! Okay.
I'll unsheath my scimitar and go in, I guess. Why not?
Alright. 1-1 against Alright, go for it.
You're fucked, man.
Listen, I have a plan. It's fine. I'm still in the forest, right?
Oh yeah, you are totally.
Okay, that's fine.
Alright, well, he's batting around and whatnot near, Sally Forth and Scimitar time. It's going to give you 1 round of first, you automatically win initiative because he's too busy distracted with your bird to realize that some cotton-swabbed druid is coming up because you're wearing padded armor, right? So, to notice the green-cloaked figure stepping out from behind an oak tree. So, swing away, sir. You have surprise on your side.
Alright. What am I? It's a 1d6. I didn't look at the sheet real quick.
For Scimitar, well, you rolled a hit first. So you roll 1d20.
Oh, I did the thing. Ah, sweet, at 2.
Okay, that in anybody's language is a miss. When
Good start,
you
good start.
come back and get your +5 scimitar vorpal sorting, then we'll talk. Yeah, so that's a whoosh, and it just comes close enough to Orc to realize that he's under attack from something more important than a bird, and he turns to face you.
Okay.
But he's lost. You'll reroll for initiative because that was essentially a free attack. So now it's you're on even footing, and so now you both roll for initiative.
Alright,
Sorry.
before I give up surprise stuff, do I have the ability to tell what's her face to?
Yeah, you can say that
get
doesn't
up.
count as an action. Like that's like a just to shout an order to somebody. Absolutely, you can do that while it's
Yeah, I'm gonna tell her to get up and start running.
run. If you want to live, run. All right.
Yeah, sure, but minus the living part, just run.
How about fly, you fool?
Sure, why not? I'll be
Cliche.
Gandalf.
Alright. So you do, and she, doesn't quite comprehend. She knows words are coming, and she knows that she's no longer being dragged, which is a good thing, but it's not so much running that she's doing, it's kind of scrambling backwards at this point. But at least she's putting some distance between the two of you.
Okay.
Alright, where are we at? I'm gonna bring up the dice thing.
I rolled my initiative. It was a 6.
I've also rolled.
What is initiative?
Initiative is decides who goes first.
Oh, okay. So, if you roll a 7, you go first because you're controlling someone else?
No, it's the lower roll, so it's faster. It's like golf. So
Oh,
the
okay.
lower's,
Alright.
lower is better.
It's attack speed.
Yeah, that's right. So, and there's a few modifiers. Like, is one side of the combat surprised? What's the speed of the weapon you're using? How long is the spell take to cast that you're using? That kind of stuff.
Oh, okay, cool.
Does anybody have the high ground? That kind of crap. Anakin, it's over. All right. So you gotta tell me what you were doing. Are you going for another swing with your scimitar, or?
No. How far away has she gotten?
I don't know, 30 feet maybe. Just.
Okay.
swim
I'm
on
going
that.
to.
Did you take running?
Well, if I back up, he gets an attack of opportunity, right?
Yeah, because you're in melee range now. Hey, sometimes you gotta do the hard choices, man. Point blank. Fire when ready.
We'll go ahead and attempt to back up anyway and hope he misses.
Okay. But he'll likely follow up on his next turn, so you're just gonna turn and run, or are you just gonna try to back up while parrying, kind of thing?
Back up while parrying, kind of thing.
Okay. So you're just trying to put as much, good 10 feet or whatnot. So you have your quarterstaff. Might have been a little better for keeping distance between you. I don't know if
Well,
you brought
you know
it
what?
with you today.
I don't think so. I don't
Okay.
know. Maybe.
Whatever.
It's probably on my back.
Alright, well anyway, so you're slicing and dicing and doing weird martial arts moves with your scimitar. And he's marching determinedly at you, but since you went to go first, he does get an attack of opportunity against you. And he rolls a d20.
And hits him fucking
it
self.
trips!
Get
He trips!
wrecked!
He falls over the shoe of the girl he was dragging.
I thought she was 30 feet away, dog.
Yeah, but when he let go of her ankle, it slipped off.
Alright, fair.
So he tripped on her shoe,
Get wrecked.
and now he's face first in the dirt, and his sword, or Morningstar or whatever, has fallen to the side. So you're in the clear till next turn till he can get up.
Alright, so my turn?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna cast Entangle
Okay.
and try and entangle him, especially to the ground now that he's face first.
Man. Okay. Let's see here.
You thought this was a stupid idea.
You cast And so I assume he's in the middle of a 40-foot cube, so 10 feet in all directions.
I mean, I would assume so.
Yeah. And yeah, roots, spindly grasses, weed plants, vines, whatever can wrench itself out of the ground, have now successfully, really, truly wrapped this guy up, face down. He's not happy if he knows what's going on. It's for the next 10 minutes, that whole area is like a no-fly zone.
Is what's her face out of it?
Barely, but yeah. Well, I mean, it only went about 20 feet in her direction, so
Okay, that's fine.
she's just on the cusp of it. And now she's even more freaked out because like the forest is coming alive. So
I mean, that's fair.
Send the owl.
the owl has taken up position on a nearby tree branch.
So, and if I walk in there, it starts to affect me too, right? Unless
Unfortunately, yeah.
I roll save or whatever.
Essentially, yeah. Now, the orc will have to make a saving throw next turn to see if he can start moving out of it.
Okay. I probably shouldn't just leave an orc tied to the middle of the forest. That doesn't seem like a great idea.
It'll be fine. It's all fine.
Well, it depends on what your aims are. If you're just trying to help the girl get away, because she's useless, so it'll be 10 minutes before she gets out of line of sight of this guy. Well, she's just so panicked. It'll be 10 minutes just before she gets out of line of sight of this guy. So your options are you can go help her, you can attempt to finish off the orc at range, if you think that is kosher, or you can go see what the other noise was, which she seems to be heading back in that direction.
Well, I'm probably not gonna kill an orc with a sling with rocks in 10 minutes.
While he's covered in
covered in vines
trees and whatnot. You're just gonna make him really, really
He's
mad.
real pissed.
And it's probably not something that I should do anyway.
Hey, I got an idea.
Again,
Send the owl to pester the orc for 10 minutes straight.
Really
piss him
mad.
off.
The owl
All
might
right.
get snagged though.
I will, since she's heading towards the other sound, I will also head towards the other sound.
Okay,
Drop a tree on him.
Leaving the orc in the middle of the forest tied to the ground. To
Okay.
ponder his wrongdoings. Think about what he's done. He's in
Jesus.
timeout.
He's in a timeout. Okay, fine. Alright, so you're doing that. You quickly catch up to the girl who's managed to make it to her feet and is kind of limping through the forest on one shoe. Hold on a second.
I should probably
Yeah,
put my
take that
scimitar
bump.
away, by the way, before I walk up to this person.
It might be a safe bet.
I will have my quarterstaff out, though, because I could just be old and not able to walk.
No, it's good to have a walking stick anyway. I almost killed that bug. Fuck. Okay.
Focus.
Sorry.
Are you still in battle with this thing?
No, it's dark in my room, right? So I only see it when it flies in front of the monitors. So
Look,
every
I
once in a
took
while,
on
this
an
little
orc by myself.
Between
You
the
should
towers
cast your
of pizza
tangle
boxes
spell
and...
on this fucking bug.
Right? Come on.
I keep failing my attack roll. It's horrible.
Make him trip over his own
I
feet.
need to get some of that USB-powered AAA stuff. I can just start popping Nerf missiles at it.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You know, alright, whatever.
Turn on another light so he'll go to that.
Oh, you're right. Okay, later. And then every time I wiggle my mouse, I think, oh, that's the bug, and then I smack the screen.
Are you a cat?
Meow!
You just forget?
Alright, Sushi, breakfast order has been put in. You're enjoying a wonderful brewed coffee-esque beverage. And two people have wandered into the tavern now. The sheriff, a few minutes ago, sat down and ordered much similar to what you're having, and the Paladin, who you only know as the Paladin, because everyone's spoken about him, almost as much as they've spoken about you, much to your chagrin, because damn it, you're the one who's world famous. He's the guy with a shiny shield. And he's taken up. Are you going to sit down with the sheriff there, Hagii?
Yeah, that was my intention, was to go and casually walk up and sit down beside the sheriff and let out a sigh.
Starts the game.
So he's engaged in conversation with the sheriff, and you're awaiting your breakfast. That's really all that's going on for you right now.
Thanks for showing up tonight, Sushi.
Such a slow morning for you.
Is there salt pork?
Fucking doomed.
Oh,
yes.
is the special pork belly? I want that.
Yeah,
Wait,
there is,
does he need to roll to see if he cuts his steak properly?
there is most assuredly salted pork. This is a lumberjack town for sure.
Right.
It would be horrible travesty. In fact, they could forget about all these ferries and stuff if there was a shortage of salted pork bellies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very important that I specify that I'll have a bit of that too.
And she says, "Of course." We were just going to send some out anyway, but good that you mentioned it.
Good. Thank you.
Jesus.
You're
She
too
gives
good
you
to
a
me.
wink. She's
You're
one of your
too
few.
good to me.
She's one of your few admirers that still, because you know how to work the ladies.
And you do a little finger gun and a wink at her too.
There you go.
Do you have to roll for initiative with that?
Sushi's getting laid!
If there are any girls there, I want to do them.
Yep. That's what this is devolving into now.
Julia
Alright,
and
so
Chewie
Hagii
are
actually-
dying, and Sushi's getting laid.
Whoa!
You walk
I'm not
in,
dying.
You sit down and you let out a sigh, and a quick glance around the room sees that essentially at this time of morning there's nobody really here. One lumberjack who you're pretty sure was here last night, and that Allistair Fuddy-Duddy, the adventurer extraordinaire. And when you say that to yourself, you use air quotes around it in your mind. Because you're not entirely certain that he is what he says he is, but whatever. He hasn't caused any trouble.
Mm-hmm.
You got business to discuss with the sheriff?
I do. I first nod to the waitress and get her to come over.
So she holds up fingers, the 1 second symbol, and scurries off into the kitchen for a moment.
I look over to the sheriff and mutter, "Lousy fucking service over here, huh?"
Well, it's only 9 in the morning. I mean, there's not a lot of people around. She's holding down the fort until the innkeeper wakes up.
It's strange to me to be in a place like this. I'm used to big city living, even back with the other paladins, we used to go out every once in a while. Doesn't hurt having a drink every once, in the morning.
Oh, there's no. If that's your fancy, there's no shortage of drink in this town. But you're right. It's definitely a slower pace. Not as many people. Most of the ones we do have are passing through one way or the other, upstream or down, between the mines and the academy. It's waves of travelers, really. Every day is a new set of strangers.
That got me thinking, Sheriff. What do you think about all this business with Slim and that body? You think they're connected?
Well, I mean, connected in so much as Slim's got his fingers into everything, but murder, that's not his style. It's not the guild style. Not way out here. I mean, we may not have much for the way of law before you came around, but everybody knows the surest way to a long walk with a short rope around your neck is to stir up this kind of trouble. So, nobody from these parts, slim or no, is gonna stir up something that big. But I'll bet he's done his groundwork even faster than you and your boys have. So he knows something.
I think he does too. I think that little shit's hiding something.
I don't know how much. I mean,
Sure, but I don't have anything to go on at this point. All I got's a 2-bit thief and locked up in the cell and some mysterious guy hopping out of a box like he's fucking knock.
Every
What,
fucking time you open your mouth.
what have any of you heard back from the writers you dispatched yesterday?
Nah, they'll be back tomorrow. I'm just gonna kind of hang out. I figured I'd go down by the river and check out that debris that's washing up.
Yeah, well, from the few marks that we had, and you know what identification we could get off the boatman's body there, it looks like it was an ore barge, you know, on its way downriver from Voter Mines there, which, you know, that's dwarven ore on that boat, and which means it's gone. It's to the bottom of the river now. That stuff doesn't float, and it doesn't look to me like the people who damaged that boat, you know, took the care to remove it beforehand. Just stranger and stranger.
Slim said something to me about that. He said, you know, there's more bodies missing, you know. There's normally 12 bodies, and I don't know where the fuck the rest of the bodies are. I don't know if I should go up there and look for it or what. So
It might be worth it. If they didn't go to the bottom with the rest of that boat, they could very well be on the shore somewhere. There might even be a survivor. Who knows?
Alright, well, I'll get to that as soon as this fucking waitress gets over here and pours me a goddamn drink.
Alright, waitress is on her way over to you.
Jesus, thank you.
Go back to the forest. And we're back with Julia.
Savage, every time you switch, you should go, meanwhile.
Meanwhile, back in the woods of shame.